When do you advise founders on when's the right time to make the first growth hire?
Yeah, I think the overall principle you probably heard many times is get your product ready first, right? Find your PMF and thinking about hiring for growth. But I would love to add some nuance to it. For example, I talked with a founder. He has a product that's a Chrome extension enable collaboration, right? He has 10 people in his team. He's talking with me about growth and hiring for growth. I suggest him to hire a growth PM or lead growth PM right now, even before raising the Series A. Why? Because for his product, that collaboration, right, that viral growth is so critical. It's almost part of the product. So you want to figure that out early on. He ended up find someone from, I think previously from Dropbox with that viral growth experience. And that's awesome. That helped him actually raise the next round. So if your product has a social collaboration network effect, that kind of thing, think about Slack, LinkedIn, right? Or anything like, or Airtable, Figma, hiring for growth early on, a little bit earlier, will allow you to engineering those growth loops into the product itself. And that can be very powerful.
I also think early growth hires can help you find product market. I hate it when it's like growth is not a solution to product market fit. Mm-hmm. But as we said there about the testing of different channels, quite often your ICP, your ideal customer profile, will be different to how you anticipate. And actually a growth hire who's tested several different channels can find that Pinterest with middle-aged women in America is actually your ICP when you thought it was younger women. Or do you know what I mean? They can find elements that you didn't know before, which suggest product market fit. Okay, so when you have, I like that nuance. Next question, how do we know what profile to hire for that first growth hire? Are they senior, junior? What does that hire look like, do you think?
Yeah, that's a great question as well. I think in terms of senior, junior, I usually, when I talk with early stage founders, I advise them to hire kind of an experienced growth PM or experienced growth marketer. Don't go for VP growth from the very beginning. Don't go for someone very junior who hasn't done this before, because that kind of middle layer gave you some advantages. They have experience, especially in one of the area, maybe in product or more in the marketing. Try to find someone who is very analytical, good with data, and eager to learn. Like they want to learn the other aspects. They also have the drive to become a head of growth one day. So I think all of those components is more advantage to the founder, and also give you the options, right? You can potentially grow this person into your head of growth, or if like that doesn't work out, you can still have the option to hire an external head of growth to partner with this person. Like when I, as I mentioned, when I joined growthhackers.com, my title is PM growth, but I was doing everything, and I was learning everything pretty much new as well. And I was very scrappy. I tried to do things without engineer or without data, without everything. Like, I think you want to find someone who is like that, and he can have the potential to become your head of growth one day.
I think a lot of potential growth hires are nervous about being the first. Like anything, being the first is nerve-wracking. For founders listening, what can they say to convince a potential growth hire that they should join and this is the right place, even though they are the first?
That's a great question. I think I would say like the best growth person, not even the best, the person with the best growth potential probably are nervous and excited at the same time, right? Like if it's only nervous and scared, then probably maybe growth is not your thing, because growth is new every day. I would say what is helpful for the founders to explain is, first of all, the culture within the company, right? This is growth can make or break when the culture is not right, when the company itself is not really thinking about data or using data and experimentation as a discipline to make decisions, when he or she not only need to do experiments, but also need to convince everyone, right? Beg for resources. That's the hardest part. So I think if the founder himself or herself has the growth mindset, believes in data, believes in experiments, believes in the scientific approach, and the leadership kind of is aligned, that is very important sign for me, at least if I'm thinking about joining any org, right? That's really, really critical. And also lay out the potential and the opportunity for this role. Like, it is new, but everything is there for you to mess up with and figure out and like try, right? So I think there's a lot of excitement along with that as well.